In this video, I'm going to go over the top 4 biotech stocks that are worth watching. You know, it's been incredible to see some of the issues that have been going on around the globe, and it's only natural to look towards that specific sector to say, I wonder if there's going to be some good opportunities here. Well, there are, and we're going to go over that and more coming up. Yes, guys, so as I said, given the current climate, it's only natural to look for these type of biotech stocks to try to figure out where the opportunities lie in this crazy and volatile market. Well, I'm going to give you my opinion on 4 of those coming up, but first I want to welcome you to my channel. Hi, my name is Brad, and this is Own the Chaos. The stock market is a crazy and chaotic place, no more evident than it has been currently, and I've made it my mission to help you own it. So if you want to see more content such as this, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and make sure that you're hitting that notification bell. Okay, so the top 4 biotech stocks. But first, let me go over what biotech stocks are. So biotechnology stocks are companies that fuse biology and technology. How about that? To develop drugs and related products for the treatment of diseases and medical conditions. And so basically they fuse biology, they use their expertise in biology and take technology, fuse them together, and then they help out, all sorts of things. Cancer drugs, all the way from allergies to antivirals. And so this kind of plays into what's been going on in the rest of the world right now. And so I thought it was important to go over these specific stocks to really kind of, look for the opportunities that might present themselves to us. And it's not really like, we're going to capitalize on the misfortune of others. No, but there are opportunities that, if you're not going to take advantage of them, somebody else will. So that is why I'm presenting them to you here. I hope that it doesn't come off as being insensitive. It's just the facts. Okay, so the first stock that I'm going to be going over is the ticker symbol REGN, or Regeneron. Currently, as of this recording, it's priced at around $463 per share. Revenues are estimated around $8 billion. Net income is around $2.1 billion. Market cap is around $49 billion, and it brings returns to about 15% as far as profit margin is concerned. I like this company. What is it that Regeneron actually does? Regeneron develops and markets drug treatments for patients with eye disease, cardiovascular disease, allergies, and inflammatory issues, and wait for it, infectious diseases. Currently, Regeneron is amid clinical trials on patients who have been infected by COVID. They are using a drug that was intended for arthritis treatment, but could prove as an effective treatment for COVID. This is very interesting. I always like these companies that come up with drugs that they designate it for a certain symptom or disease or what have you, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you know what, it actually works for this too. It was like when they came up with Viagra. If you don't know the story behind Viagra, it was meant for blood pressure, not for what everybody knows it for, which is very interesting. So anyway, I thought that was really cool. This is a really great company. They're profitable. They're really good long-term investment. And so for me personally, coming out of the potential recession that we are going through, let's just go ahead and call it that. I think that if they can come through with a antiviral treatment, then this is going to send Regeneron soaring through the roof. Their earnings are going to be incredible, as they already are as it stands. So they have a good balance sheet. These are the things that we look for long-term investments, and this is definitely going to be a good one, in my opinion. Next, Vertex, VRTX is the next stock we're watching. So $217.50 to be exact, as is the price per share as of this recording. Their revenues are around $4.2 billion, net around $1.2 billion, market cap's at 57.9 with a one-year returns of 23%. What is it that Vertex actually does? Well, they are a biopharma company focused on creating and marketing drug treatments for patients suffering from cancer, cystic fibrosis, autoimmune diseases, neurological disorders, etc. Recently, they announced they will provide $500,000 to assist with testing on the COVID disease. And particularly, I really like this stock because of its efforts on CF, or cystic fibrosis. This one is actually not really directly related to COVID, but I thought maybe it would be a really good one to just discuss, because they're doing something that really nobody else is. They've taken over the market as far as, cystic fibrosis treatments are concerned, and they made this new drugs called Trikafta. I'm sure I butchered that, but it can't really seem to be made fast enough. It's treating over 50% of those who have a CF. And as far as the financial side of things is concerned, the consensus estimate for its current year earnings has moved up 13.3% over the last 60 days, and current growth rate is an astounding 55% during this current quarter, and 42% is expected over the year. I think that this is eventually going to be higher than that given all of the issues that we're dealing with, and I'm sure that they will be leveraged as things continue to develop with this COVID issue. Okay, so before I get to the last two here, I just wanted to remind you guys and invite you over to WeTradeHQ.com, more specifically to some of the mentors that we have over there and have featured on our website. So if you guys don't know, I own the website. It's called WeTradeHQ.com, and I myself am a mentor. So if you're interested in learning how to invest and learn and grow in the stock market, you can come check me out. But there are also other mentors as well. Feel free to go check out Cameron, who of Young Money Investments, who really does well with long-term investing, shorting, options, really good at that as well. And then also I'd like you to check out Don Frohnberger over at WeTradeHQ.com, as well as the Profit Room. There's plenty of other mentors that you could check out that would fit your needs to the specific area of the market that you would like to trade. I would encourage you to check them out. It doesn't have to be me, of course. It can be anybody that you might feel comfortable learning from. Okay, on to the rest of today's video. The next stock that we're going to be talking about is Gilead, or ticker symbol GILD. They are priced as of this recording at $73.30. Revenues are around $22.4 billion. Net revenue is around $5.39 billion, with an operating margin of 23%. The company engages in research, development, and marketing of drugs to needs that have not been met. So diseases that have not been addressed yet, that sort of thing. Focuses on immunodeficiency, liver disease, hematology, oncology, respiratory diseases, and it also offers antiviral products as well. You see where I'm going with this? They're currently testing a drug called Remdesivir, okay? As an antiviral to treat COVID. Remdesivir, remember that name. Initiated 2 phase 3 studies to evaluate the safety and efficacy of Remdesivir, and are set to test 1,000 patients across the Asian continent. The drug previously showed positive results when tested on the Ebola virus, and so I think this is very promising. So we've talked about Gilead on this channel before, about 4 weeks ago, and I said this was definitely going to be one to watch. They were in the middle of a phase 1 trial at that point. Now they're on phase 3. So things are moving very rapidly with Gilead, or GILD. And so this is definitely one that I would consider watching for, especially if this gets to the market. If this antiviral really proves to be effective and more effective than the practices that they are trying right now, this is definitely going to be one to watch out for, and will for sure make some really strong moves if this drug goes through. Now, before I get to the last biotech stock that I am watching throughout all of this mess, if you could give me a thumbs up if you're getting value out of this video, I certainly would appreciate it. Just shows me some additional support, and away we go. So the last stock that I'm watching is mRNA. So right now it's valued at $29.57 as of the recording of this video, and this is Moderna. So their market cap is at $9.19 billion, revenues around $60 million, net income loss, make sure that you're paying attention to that, at $514 million. Now, this is your typical biopharma stock. I will say that most biopharma stocks are an extreme amount of debt, because while they're developing these drugs, they still have to spend a bunch of money, and they haven't sold a dime of anything yet. Moderna is a little bit different. Now, they're trying to get themselves out of debt. You can see that they have a lot of revenue coming in, so they are making money. They're coming out of the debt hole that a lot of these biopharma stocks dig themselves into, and this could definitely get them out of it. So just to kind of give you a backstory here, they develop therapeutics and vaccines based on messenger RNA, which is a single-stranded molecule complementary of strands of DNA, hence the ticker symbol mRNA. They treat infections and rare diseases, and they have alliances with AstraZeneca, Merck, and Vertex. Right now, they are currently developing a vaccine that attacks COVID using their expertise in mRNA, and they have entered into phase 1 human clinical trials to develop that vaccine. Trials began on March 16th at a Kaiser Permanente Washington Health Research Institute in Seattle, which is one of the so-called hotbeds in the U.S. right now, and they're testing 45 male and females between the ages of 18 and 45. Now, this obviously is still very developing, and these last 2 stocks with Gilead and mRNA, they're still still a lot of up in the air, but they're definitely ones to watch for. And that's why I was saying all these stocks that I'm talking about are ones to watch as things continue to develop. There's very much a race going on when it comes to developing vaccines and treatments and antiviral medications for this issue that we are dealing with. But as it relates to Moderna, this could definitely set this company off for a very, very long time, especially if they can come up with a vaccine. This will definitely set them off. This could get them out of debt. It could really make a difference for that company. And so with it valued at $29 a share, I think that it's really on the cheap if they can win the race here and come up with a vaccine that proves effective. So that being said, guys, these are the top 4 that I'm watching that I think that are good investments for the long term. Now, you might get caught in the trap of a lot of these other biopharma stocks coming out of the woodwork, and that is the trap, right? A lot of companies that had nothing to do with antivirals or nothing to do with the disease that we're dealing with are now coming out of the woodwork providing some sort of catalyst that deals with it. And so I want you guys to just be cognizant and be careful of the fact that they might not have your best interest at heart. Some of these companies, especially on the biopharma side, as I've stated before, have tons of debt, and a lot of it is toxic debt that they use to sell shares into on specific catalysts. So if they put a catalyst out, it's usually so that they can dump shares into their share structure, which really does no good for you, the investor. So I want you guys to make sure that you're paying attention to the balance sheets and looking at good quality companies with positive revenue. And, that is why I brought these stocks up to you today, because these are really good companies that I think that you could hang your hat on long term and really bolster that long-term portfolio, taking advantage of the opportunity here. So that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, again, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already to get more content such as this. And as always, folks, I will see you all before the bell, and B. Smith is out. So did Elon really lie to us, or was it just a matter of the situation that occurred after those earnings reports came out? Well, if you look at when Elon made that announcement that he would not be looking to raise capital, the price of the stock was valued much lower than where it's at now. So if I bring you over to WeTradeHQ.com, it's a free platform that I've created